All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So it's been a while since I've covered this one, but we'll take a look at KAVL. We'll look at Big. That was a request from a few people actually, and then JMIA. I love calling it JMIA, JMIA. All right, Jumia. It's almost insulting to put Jumia in this group, but hey, it's all right. I think it's a chart well talking about. All right, so look, KAVL, big day today. Big day today. Clearly didn't close as high as it ran. You can see it by the wick, right? We actually got over 3 today, but hey, interesting candle that does actually get us over the 8 and the 20. Clearly all about volume, and I think that's going to be the story for tomorrow, maybe even a little bit more than what happens here. So I think I'll focus a bit down there. Big. So I hadn't heard of Big in a minute. Big Lots I obviously know of. They're very popular in the Los Angeles area. I know that. A lot of people are talking about this one. Look, you know I don't like a stock that's under all the moving averages. To me, that's never a good thing, right? The rhyme is you break them all and fly, you lose them all and die, right? But there have been times, and I'll talk about it shortly, where you fall away from the 8, you come to the 8, and then in my head, you fall back away from it. But yeah, maybe there's a decent reason to think it's going to come up. Maybe a little bit more. We'll kind of talk about that, but I don't know if I'm seeing it. That's just me. And then JMIA, so Jumia. Real quick, I've actually loved this story. You know I am not a long trader. I really try to ignore most of the fundamentals on things. I really like the story of the Amazon of Africa. I think that is such a good elevator pitch. I believe every continent in the world wants convenience, wants ease, wants deliver the thing that I want a click away and at my door, right? And yeah, why shouldn't Africa have that as well, right? And if Jumia can be the number one, if it could be the Amazon of Africa, oh man, that's a beautiful story. There is actually an Amazon of South America. There is another stock that's crushing it with that story, right? So why not? Why not this, right? So on the fundamental side, I love it. Clearly, you can see we've broken this line already going to that line, and man, the weekly's kind of saying it wants just a little bit more, maybe all the way up to 12.6. So we'll talk about all that and more shortly, but before we do go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. I don't have any, but I will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines. I might not need to because of the moving averages, but nonetheless. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated. All right, so KAVL. Interesting day today to say the least. All right, this thing opens down here at 150. It actually goes above 3, clearly closes where we're at, just over the 8 and the 20, right? So one thing I really want to do, I love doing it all the time, I'm going to zoom out, right? And when I zoom out, there's 2 quick things I'm seeing. Number one, we actually just had a reverse split this year, so it looks like it happened in January of this year. We had a 1 for 21. I don't like reverse splits. You know that, right? From there, I mean, oh, interesting. Okay. Let me just zoom in real quick because I can't really tell from here, and I'll tell you what I'm looking for as I zoom in. So look, I don't like it when there are dashes on the daily, all right? That's a horrible, like when I click into one of these dashes, literally the volume on this day was 0. You can see volume was 0, and the 50-day average is 160 shares, right? So dashes on the daily are not a good thing. What I'm curious about is when it broke all the moving averages. Oh man, there's still a bunch of dashes right there. Let's come in a little bit more. Man, there's not a lot of, like, I'm still seeing some dashes. Like, what's your, yeah, your volume's only 1,000 right there. Okay, I don't think this was a legitimate chart till about here. And mate, what's your volume right here? 3,000. No, that's nothing. That's nothing. Dude, the volume, okay, the volume doesn't pick up to like 100K-ish until here. And you can see that's after an other reverse split that happened in 2021, right? So I'm going to say from here, oops, I moved it a little bit, but whatever. From here till today, this is kind of what the chart looks like. This is where volumes, you can kind of see there's a couple more like green dashes up here. This is where volume was around the 100K-ish numbers. And all I'm really looking at is a chart that's been under all the moving averages for a really long time, all right? What is happening is we're at an interesting place of green, 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 red, red, red. Whole, and like, let me draw the lines. Let me draw the lines, right? So from here to here, right? So nothing, 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 red, 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 all in the red, red, red. All of a sudden we got a nice little green, 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 and from there you got the move from break the 20 to break the 50, right? I looked, I didn't see any news in here. I didn't see anything that warranted the 5 million shares. Yesterday's volume was 50K, 60K, whatever, right? We went 10x that, no, 100x. 10x would have been 500. We went 5.9, right? 5.8. So this thing went 100x volume on no news. To me, and just zooming out, zooming out, zooming out, there's absolutely nothing in this channel, right? And this I just said was all BS trading, right? So this was nothing more than a technical move. This was a very nice channel. This was, I'm not buying it. Look, if this can get over 210, I think there's a real good shot that it'll run to 270. All right. If we lose 190, excuse me, I hiccuped right there. I think we're going to drop to 175. Easy to say. Ooh, two hiccups, excuse me. Losing 160 is the death line. All right. So if you didn't catch it today, I would wait for 210. Right now, what you need to know if you're in this is what's going to confirm. Are we going to confirm the break of the 8 and the 20? Or was it just a little bit of a fake out and it went down, right? So I'm personally not buying it. I'm not a fan of a 100x volume jump either, all right? Let me know if I'm missing something on this one. But yeah, just I'm not a buyer. Let me know what your thoughts are, all right? Let's come into big. This is the next one here. Big lots. So you know, this is a ticker. I think I would have just kind of replied to a couple people and not actually made this video, but hey, I had a little bit of an easy day today. So, I think one of the most fundamental rhymes I have on this video is if you can break all 5 up, you will fly. If you lose all 5 down, you will die. And I mean, that is what's been happening, right? We tried to recover, clearly couldn't. This thing is pretty much a stock that stays under the 8 and the 20, right? It is. I'm glad that there's no reverse splits here. I think that's a nice little thing to see as it's come down. But man, this thing is definitely taking a pounding. And I think one of the problems ends up being when you look at a stock that was at 60 something at one point and all of a sudden it's $2 today, it seems like, oh, it's a really good deal and this and that. But oh man, I'm not here to like a stock under the moving averages, all right? One thing that's possible is, and I started the video with this, you fall away from the 8, you come to the 8, and then you kind of just keep falling. Let's see if I can find some example. Oh, beautiful. You fall away, you come to it, you fall away. You fall, these are a little bit better. Away, just try. I can't find it's not beautiful on this thing, but like that's a common thing I do see in my technical videos, right? And to me, maybe you can justify a move that's going to come up to $2.85. All right. From there, I also do see red, 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 red could be a green, 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 maybe all the way up to 325. And hey, let's be honest, a move from 230 to basically 330 is a great percentage up, right? I don't think that this thing is going to squeeze and run and go. I just don't. And again, I'm not really here to be a squeeze person, so like, maybe someone else is kind of the better thoughts there, but yeah, I'm looking at a stock that's trading under all the moving averages. I'm seeing the 8 come down, I'm seeing the 20 come down, I'm seeing the 50 come down, the 100 wants to come down. Pretty soon the 200 is going to be coming down too. Like, this is not a good chart. We have a negative MACD. We've got red over green. I think the green is over the red. Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah, green's over the red on the RSI. But yeah, that's not a good RSI. It's not. And I know 22 seems low and it should come up. Believe me. And look, it wasn't even that long ago. This RSI was at an 11, right? So I'm not liking it. I see today was an interesting little wick up. But yeah, I'm not a buyer here. So I'm not even going to look at the weekly. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Nope. JMIA. Let's come into Jumia. And really, this is kind of the chart I wanted to talk about. I know I saved it for last, but hey, maybe I saved the best for last, all right? So I covered this not that long ago, and I think it might have been in this window. I think it was early May. Basically, it was earnings. This thing had a real nice earnings, and beyond the good earnings, it had really good guidance. And the stock market is all about tomorrow, all right? There's a Eddie Murphy joke. I haven't done the impression in a while, but Eddie Murphy in the joke goes to the deepest, darkest, poorest part of Africa, goes deep into a cave, brings out a beautiful woman named Umfumfu, takes her from the desert of nothing to the beautiful Beverly Hills. All of a sudden, her life has changed, and end of the day, all she cares about is, what are you going to do for me tomorrow? And that's what the stock market is. Like, what are you going to do for me tomorrow? Today is past. Today, I gave you a 9% gain. You've earned it. Clap, clap, clap. What are you going to do for me tomorrow? And Jumia coming to the earnings and saying, I've got better guidance for tomorrow than I had. That's an important thing for sure. All right. I started the video with a thing that's a little more fundamental than I normally do on a given ticker. But look, I love the story here. All right. I believe in an Africa, in a Amazon of Africa. Now, will this be the company? I don't know. That's the ultimate question that investors are asking, right? But Macari? No. I'm going to pause this video 1 sec. Let me find the ticker I'm thinking of. Give me 1 second. All right, we're going to unpause it here. So I did a quick Google search of the Amazon of South America. This is the company I was trying to think of. Mercado. All right, not Discord. Mercado. Okay, Mercado Libre, the Amazon of Latin America. Let's look at this ticker. If you've never looked at it, this thing's $1,500, all right? This thing was at one point all the way down here at 16 bucks, all right? This is the Amazon of Latin America, of South America. South America has poor parts that Amazon just didn't want to deal with. Someone else decided to do it. Lo and behold, it did well for this, all right? Again, will Jumia become the Amazon of Africa? I don't know, right? Is it a good story? Oh man, I think it is. You know what I mean? So just a little back of the pocket there. This is beautiful. This is break all 5 and fly. This is watch the MACD go from negative to positive and go, especially when it was already positive, just dips a little bit and then keeps going. Break that last peak, make a new peak. Look at the volume. I mean, this is beautiful. Now, I realize that's a really high 90 RSI on the daily. When I come to the weekly, man, the weekly is still so healthy. That's a 63 RSI. That's a beautiful candle after a doji. This really is making me think it wants to come up. And look, red, green, all the way to 1260, give or take, right? So Jumia is looking really, really nice. It's been a beautiful year to say the least here, right? So Gotta love the charts. Really looks like more. I'll give a little bit of caution at least. Just like, let's do that, right? Maybe we come back down just a little bit, because really we haven't even been like riding the 8. We did one baby bounce so far. We've been floating over the 8 like a like an angel or something, right? So maybe this thing's due to come down a little bit just to the 8 moving average, but that 8's going to start going exponent. I can't imagine this goes below 9. Right? Like, I'm sure the 8's going to catch up. Like, when I'm talking about coming down, I'm talking about maybe a little bit, and very, very much a healthy cool down only because of that 90. But like I said, the weekly is making me think this thing wants it wants 12. Obviously, the week's not over yet, so we do want to close over this 950. But yeah, lovely here. All right, so let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Hey, thank you so much.